Most people think ethical hacking is about tools. It's not. In this video, I'm not showing random tools. I'm showing 6 tools that actually make sense together. We'll start with Subfinder, because before touching anything, you need to know what assets even exist. Then Nmap, to understand which services are running and what's exposed on those assets. After that, Wireshark, to see how data moves behind the scenes. Then we move to Burp Suite, where web application testing actually happens. Next is SQLmap, to understand how databases respond when input validation fails. And finally, John the Ripper, to test password strength and see how authentication breaks in the real world. And by the end of this video, you'll understand not just what these tools do, but why ethical hackers use them in this order.
Now let's talk about Subfinder. Subfinder is a reconnaissance tool used to discover subdomains of a target domain. Most companies don't run everything on just one website. They have admin panels, APIs, staging servers, and forgotten subdomains that often contain vulnerabilities. This command searches multiple public sources to find subdomains related to the target domain. Each subdomain you see here is a new potential attack surface. Subfinder doesn't attack anything. It only discovers assets. And in bug bounty hunting, finding more assets often matters more than finding complex exploits.
Nmap. Nmap is used to discover systems, services, and open ports. When a server is online, it listens on specific ports. Each open port usually means a service is running behind it, like a web server, FTP, or SSH. This command performs a basic scan and tells us which ports are open. For example, if port 80 or 443 is open, it usually means a website is running. If port 22 is open, SSH access might be available. This helps us understand what type of system we are dealing with. This scan goes one step further. It doesn't just show open ports, it tries to identify which software and which version is running. Knowing the version matters because outdated software often contains known vulnerabilities.
Next is Wireshark. Wireshark captures and analyzes network traffic, which means it shows what data is being sent and received over a network. Whenever you open a website, log in, or submit a form, data packets are moving in the background. Wireshark lets us see those packets. Start capture on the active network interface. Traffic immediately starts scrolling. At first, this looks overwhelming, but filters make it manageable. Now, here's the important part. I'm going to log in to the TestFire website. Open the TestFire login page, enter username and password, submit the login form. Stop the capture. This filter shows only HTTP traffic. Because TestFire uses HTTP instead of HTTPS, the login request is sent without encryption. Select the HTTP post request. Open packet details. Expand form data. Here, you can see the username and password directly inside the network packet. This doesn't require hacking skills. No vulnerabilities being triggered. It's simply observing unencrypted communication. This is why encryption is critical. When HTTPS is used, this same capture would be unreadable. Wireshark helps you understand how credentials leak at the network level and why secure protocols exist. This is observation, not exploitation, and understanding this is essential for anyone learning cybersecurity.
Now, Burp Suite, the most important tool for web testing. Burp acts as a proxy between your browser and the web application. Intercept on, login request captured. Here, I can see an HTTP request with parameters sent by the browser. For example, ID equals Wiener. If the application lacks proper authorization checks, changing this value to ID equals Carlos, now we can access Carlos's account. This is called an IDOR vulnerability. Burp allows testers to safely test this logic. We are not hacking, we are checking trust boundaries.
SQLmap is an automated SQL injection testing tool. Instead of manually injecting payloads, SQLmap sends structured database queries. This command tells SQLmap to test the ID parameter for SQL injection. This checks whether databases can be enumerated. As a beginner, your goal is not exploitation, but understanding how input validation fails. Always test only on authorized systems. John the Ripper is used to test password strength. It works on hashes, not real passwords. John hashes.txt. John compares password hashes against word lists and rules. If a password is weak, it will be cracked quickly. This shows why strong passwords and hashing algorithms matter. Security teams use this tool to fix weak authentication practices.
Each tool you saw today has a specific role: reconnaissance, traffic analysis, web testing, database testing, password auditing, impact validation. If you want beginner-friendly tutorials for each tool shown here, subscribe. This channel is just getting started. If you want to know how a hacker sees a website, click on the video on screen.